Many now worry about the destruction of the rainforests. Prince Charles says we need to worry because deforestation creates carbon emissions and disrupts local weather patterns on which people rely for water. Cutting down forest does release carbon dioxide, but if the forest land is needed, we can find a way to manage that problem. Large-scale deforestation can also alter local rainfall patterns, disrupting water supplies, but again, that can be fixed with better infrastructure. Of course, royalty have long objected to peasants clearing the land. In medieval Europe, the term forest referred not to wooded land, but to land reserved for hunting by the nobility. Today, the world's forests are being cleared most rapidly in Brazil and Indonesia, but also in Myanmar, Sub-Saharan Africa and elsewhere. At nearly 4 billion hectares, forests cover around a third of the Earth's land. In the 1990s, forest was cleared at a rate of 13.1 million hectares a year. That fell slightly to 12.9 million hectares per year in the period 2000 to 2005. Taking into account that some forest grows back, total forest loss was only 8.9 million hectares a year in the 1990s, falling to 7.3 million hectares a year in the period 2000 to 2005. It is true that deforestation has accelerated since the end of the Second World War, but there is a tendency to overlook how far people have been transforming the planet for centuries. When European settlers reached America, it suited them to see the land as empty of people, and in fact, much of the land that they encountered had been abandoned as the people living on it had died of disease brought over from Europe. Today's Greens often think of indigenous people living in harmony with the forest. But in fact, much of the forest in North and South America, Asia and Africa has been profoundly altered by human inhabitation well before the current round of deforestation. But it is true much forest today is being cut down thoughtlessly, in the sense that the people carrying it out have no grand plan. They're just getting by. If they were given better opportunities, few would choose to live by collecting firewood or by slash-and-burn agriculture. In Europe, many of the same forces led to clearing of forest. In Britain, a shortage of firewood led to a turn to coal at the end of the 16th century, later resulting in the Industrial Revolution. In the developed world, agriculture, urbanisation and modern energy have freed up the land for more considered uses. Development will do the same thing in the parts of the world where deforestation is now most intense. In Africa, firewood is still a major contributor to deforestation, while in China, deforestation has gone into reverse as the rural poor have gained access to modern energy. It would be wrong and likely impractical to take away people's source of livelihood by banning them from cutting the forests. Yet this is the approach of many forest protection schemes, such as those proposed by Prince Charles. The problem needs to be addressed from the opposite end. What is needed is the opportunity of economic development. That will allow society to make an assessment of what should be done with the forests. Much more land might then be cleared, built on, used for agriculture or recreation. It may be that the forests will increasingly be managed, settled or replanted in other ways. What is certain is that people will go on transforming the land as they have been doing for centuries. With the tools and understanding of the 21st century, we have the capacity to manage the land on a larger scale than ever before. At present, the problem of deforestation is essentially one of rural underdevelopment. If we concentrate on solving that problem, then we can chill out about deforestation and get on with working out how we want to use the planet's land.